3, 2, 1, go. Alright, so we've got a PvP here between my friend who's playing as person, the blue Protoss, and David, who's playing as the red Protoss. I just want to go through a couple of the basics, talk about sort of like some of the fundamentals that you can work on from sort of a lower level perspective. So I'm going to be going into a conversation with my friend who's playing the game, who played this game. All right, Andrew. So let's look at this right now. It's the very beginning, and all right. So you're on the top. He's on the bottom. Really quick thing, as Protoss, one of the more important things is that you want to make your pylon at 9 supply. So when your 9th probe has come out, or when you're building your 9th probe, you always want to build the pylon. So I'm not sure if you actually get that right or not. Oh, you go for a pretty early gateway here. Okay. So tell me your mindset behind all this. Like, why do you get this gateway so fast?
I guess one thing I'm used to playing the AI, it always rushes.
Oh yeah. Against the AI, definitely do bullshit like that. But against real players, one of the biggest things is you have to look at the map. Like, look at the way this map's laid out. There's rocks on both entrances to your base, so there's actually no way for him to get to your base without going all the way around and breaking rocks, unless he goes for air tech. So an early gateway like this is sort of like sacrificing economy for, you know, basically no real advantage unless you're rushing directly to air or to warp prism, as in Subway, to get something into his base. Just yeah, whatever you do, like when you're playing, make sure you know the maps, because if you look on the sort of like above your base, there's destructible rocks, and then to the right there's destructible rocks. See, in reality, you're pretty much safe from anything for at least like 10 minutes. Probably maybe more like six minutes. Another
Okay.
thing, yeah. Oh, you get supply blocked. Remember that workers are always more important than units. Like, in the beginning of the game, you want to get workers before anything else. After you get about 20, that's when it starts being okay to make units. Like, and you don't have to worry so much about producing units early. Especially on like this map, you just really have to look at the architecture of the map, the way it's designed, and the distances between bases. Like if you look at your ramp, it's miles away from his ramp. So it's really not as important to get units out early. So I'm looking right now, and you're a little bit behind in workers, like I thought, because you got such an early gateway out. And let's look at what he's doing. So he actually, what is this kid's APM? He doesn't actually look that bad. His APM's not that high, but he's his money's getting kind of high. Oh, he's getting a forge. Never mind. Well, he looks like he's DT rushing. Okay, so one of the biggest things to consider is the matchup. So this is a Protoss versus Protoss, which means that the dominating strategy in this matchup is to do a 4-gate, which means you get your warp gate research out really quick by chrono boosting it and sacrificing later game economy to make a lot of units at a really specific timing. Now this is a bit of an earlier, like a lower level game, so it's not too important. But the core things still exist. Like because Protoss can warp in anywhere, they don't really have to worry. Like there's no real, you can't really get a defender's advantage against Protoss because their units are already like they have 0 rally, so they're warping into like right next to your base while they're attacking. All right, so right now I'm at 6 minutes and like 20 seconds, and I see you're making 2 more gateways in a robo. This is actually pretty good. Getting that observer out means you're not going to die to DTs, but the important thing is that you need to use it to scout his base. So if you send that in right now, you look at his base and you'd see the Dark Shrine building. But you sort of just have it like sitting over your robo facility. Oh, there you go. Now you send it out. That's good. All right. So, if you're ever wondering if you have too many workers off of just one base, just look at how many probes are bouncing around the mineral patches. Like right
Um,
now, basically all your probes go back and forth from a mineral patch. But if you have too many workers, like he does, you see probes like scattering around, like unsure of where to mine because there's only so many mineral patches, and you can only have so many probes per patch. So he's mining inefficiently because they're instead of mining, they're jumping from mineral to another, looking for somewhere to sort of slip in and mine. All right, so I'm pretty sure you've got an observer in his base. Oh yeah, you sort of go around the edge. That's good. That's good. So you know, well, there's always a chance for detection, but whenever you send your observer in, it's just really important to look for the key text structures. Oh, it's and I'm at 8 minutes 10 seconds. You see, he's expanded. All right. So right now, what are you thinking when you're playing?
I'm thinking I need to expand as well at some point soon.
All right. So whenever you see an expansion in especially well in mirror matchups, it's a bit different, but usually you want to make a decision. You're either going to attack, like instead of getting an expansion, make a lot of units and attack early to take advantage of the fact that he spent 400 minerals on a structure instead of on units, or you can try to expand yourself to catch up. However, his expo was already almost done by the time you drop yours, so you're really trying to play catch up. This is actually not that's actually not too bad in this scenario, but it's since it's a mirror matchup. Like normally, it's not that bad. Like let's say in like Protoss versus Zerg, like it's okay to expand a lot later than Zerg. Or in PvT, like it's okay to expand later than Terran. But in a mirror matchup, he's just gonna have the advantage. He has his workers mining there before you do. So and if you spend your 400 later than him, he gets his expo pays for itself before yours does. All right, so right now I'm at 10 minutes 10 seconds. You see that there's units attacking your base or attacking the rocks, about to get into your base, and you build a pylon there, and you got a zealot. It's good that you're watching the rocks, by the way. It's really important to keep vision of the crucial areas where people can get over here. Oh, you got some sentries. All right, so right now, what you want to do is force field half the army out. Um, yep, there you go. See, right there, like 10 minutes and 43 seconds. You force field half of his army. That's one of the biggest things about Protoss, is that you can use force fields to really separate armies from each other and get a really big advantage because half of his units weren't even attacking. However, one of the problems right now is our units just came off cooldown. Good, you're warping in more. But, ooh, you made Zealots in this situation, which is kind of bad. Zealots are pretty bad against Stalkers, although he's not microing at all, so it's actually okay. But normally, let's say there's a Stalker versus Zealot. The Stalker, because it has faster move speed than a Zealot, it can actually just, it can micro against it, so they can attack your Zealot and then move away and then attack again. So, oh, you see he's making more DTs. Oh, snap, he's got his own observer. Watch out in this scenario, like you really need to be careful because you see your observer's like low in health because he's got an observer zone. Oh, he snipes your obs, which means his DTs are definitely going to be a lot better. When you see DTs, be sure to drop photon cannon within your mineral lines or it chokes to get. Oh, I see you've done that. That's really good. Unfortunately, he's just got a little bit of an edge on you, so that's a bit bad. But oh, but ooh, with that photon cannon in the back, it's gonna keep you safe for a little bit. But the important thing is, yeah, you just really want to try to react as well as you can to the units that he's making. So always think about that ranged units are better than melee units, because melee units have to close the distance between them and the ranged unit to attack, so you at least get a couple free hits. Alright, so I see you're making a Stargate and a Robo Bay, as well as 2 more gateways. The Stargate's definitely a good option because with DTs, he can't attack air. He has really low anti-air potential. Since they're so gas heavy and stalkers, that means he's gonna get less stalkers. Now you sack your expo. This is good. Let's see what got going on. So you've got a couple zealots and an immortal right now. The only problem is that his DT, like DTs are really good against zealots because they hit for a ton of damage and you can't micro against them. Ooh, and your immortal goes down here too. All right, so tell me what you kind of think you did wrong in this game. I want to hear like your mentality.
I think the first part is trying to expand my infrastructure too early.
Yeah, I definitely agree with that. Um, as I said before, like you really want to make sure you keep your economy going. Like making workers is basically the most important thing in the game. You could be really bad at unit control, but if you just have like a better economy, you can trade inefficiently and still come out ahead. Uh, Ideally, the way you want to do it is you want to have constant probe production. So try